Hello everyone. Alright, I am still waiting on my store to arrive from Hong Kong to France, and in the meantime I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to keep producing my mini cars and other RC stuffs that I've been doing so far. The CNC parts, I have quite a lot in stock, especially for the minis, so I'm not too worried about that. I might go with a router in the future, but the parts that I do not know if I can manufacture by myself is all the SLA prints that I've been doing in China before. So all those white parts are printed in SLA in China by my supplier until now, which I'm not going to be able to reach anymore, and it's going to cost anyway too much in shipping and so on. So I got myself an SLA printer and I'm going to try, I've done my first test print. This is a black resin. It's supposed to be a hard compound. It's slightly transparent. I'm completely new to printing those by myself. So my front fender here is broken on the PC07, so I'm going to replace it and I'm going to go drive on the track and see what happens. Until now I have not had breakage of the SLA parts. I had some cracks from time to time, maybe in the pod when I was forcing on the screws and so on, but I never broke any of the steering components. There's very few of them. This has a little bit more because it's the... Yeah, I have no battery on my camera. Anyway. Look, I'm gonna rebuild this and I'm right now printing out the pods. I'm gonna switch the parts around and I'll be back once it's done. Okay, so part is there. I have a lot to learn about resin printing. I do not know if the way I set up the print and everything is going to make the piece as sturdy as it was. I don't know about the material as well. So I can only do one thing, is go and give it a try. My original SLA from China was white. I have been asked what it was before and I don't have the reference, so I don't know what it is. I chose black. I've replaced the fender here, and so we're gonna put it a battery and see what happens. I'm printing now a rear pod, so once I have it printed out and the print didn't fail, because I'm learning everything about resin print now, I will switch it as well and do some testing to see the strength and how it works and everything. So let's go downstairs and drive this thing around. Right, gray sky, no rain. Let's see the 07 with the new fender. Wow, the remote is dirty from the last crawling we did. Let's switch to the 07 Formula E 7. Here we go. Okay, so I might have to unplug and replug. It does that sometimes. Zoop. So the idea being, yes, I got the beep. Okay. The idea being, if I can manufacture those small 3D printed parts by myself, I'm going to be able as well to come up with some new molds for the cars, which would be great. And for the existing molds, I'm going to be able not only to vacuum form the bodies like I've been doing so far, but to do all the wings and accessories as well. Like for example, this car has the roll cage. See the anti-roll bar over there. Oopsie, that's a good test. The anti-roll bar over there, and helmets. And it's got a lot of specific parts to make it into a 7 and not a regular GT car. So it's going to take a lot of experimenting with the new printer and the new resin to see what works, what doesn't work. I don't think for the body I'm going to have much problem with the resin I'm using at the moment. It's just going to be a matter of calibrating the printer. I'm still screwing up most of the prints I'm doing. Ooh, okay, if something was to break, it would be now. That was a direct hit to the fender. So far, so good. Oh, and another one. So, I forgot what I was saying. I got carried away by the crash. So yeah, if I can figure out the SLA print, then I'm going to be good to go for all that I've been doing for the minis so far: bodies, accessories for the PC, and wheels, as well as making new bodies, although I don't really think I'm going to work on new bodies because I have done quite a lot and I'm happy with the catalog of bodies that I have, so I might just focus on accessories, maybe some kind of damper sets, because the dampers that I've made before was not the best for that car, and I would like to see, now that I'm driving on some kind of RCP track, how to use some dampening at the back. Okay, that was a direct hit again. So far it is the crack that I had, by the way, on the fender before was not from a crash of driving, it was from a transportation. The cars came through the mail. It took close to 6 months since I've sent until receiving them, and I don't know, they must have been banged around, thrown around, crashed, so a lot of the things that were in those boxes had crashed. And so in order for me to relaunch completely the store with the mini Z-bodies and go past the stock that I have of spoilers and accessories that goes with some of the bodies, I need to be able to manufacture those plastic parts. So this is solved. The two other parts that I'm yet to solve are the supply of couple of parts. Hi buddy. Hey. So I have the supply of couple of parts. You want to talk about something?
I can show some.
Right, priorities. So the things that I have not solved yet are CNC routing. I have a lot of parts for the minis, but not an infinite supply. I have a lot less parts for the 112s and the 110s, and the aluminum routing as well. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do for that. I'm thinking about getting myself a CNC router. It is a possibility if I can get an inexpensive one, and I need to work on my learning aluminum cutting. I don't think the graphite part is going to be too hard because it is really fairly easy to do and I do such small productions. But I don't know if the investments is worth, even for the chassis themselves. That includes the mini chassis as well, because most of the sales that I have are really the mini bodies. All the other specialty items that I do are very, very little quantity. It's a lot of custom work more than actually selling the stock that I have. So I will see, maybe if I meet people at the local clubs and they see the PCOO running, then some will be interested. Maybe we'll do some freewheel racing. So I will see, but I might focus myself more on, I know I sound like fuckus when I say that, but pardon my French, okay? Oh, battery's falling. My God, everything is falling apart. Yeah, I'm gonna try to concentrate myself on the bodies first, and I have a lot of stock. There are some things that I will have a harder time doing in the first time, which are going to be the bigger SLA parts, such as the engine for the classic F1. I'm going to still be able to print their wheels and everything. Once again, same as for this car, it's going to be a matter of just feeling around with the printer and the material and just finding the right setup and the right resin, and it's going to be good to go. Aluminum, I am not sure. Routing, I am not sure, although just if I can find something second and inexpensive, I might do it. But really, now that I am here in Europe, I think I'm going to focus myself more on trying to sell my mini bodies around. Oh my goodness, something fell. Something was removed. What is it? Oh, that's not even from the car. Okay, cool. I actually broke a piece of the track. So I'm going to see if I can focus more on the Europe markets and using the local shipping company. I've already started to get some quotations for the shipping companies, and once I have my material back and I can quote the cost of my buddies here, then I'll be able to put things back on the market, and hopefully the European market is going to be friendlier to mini quirky cars and shipping, which was really hell. So anyways, I'm going to keep testing the parts with the cars. I will update as I learn everything about resin printing. I've learned a lot of times so far that you gotta fail a lot before anything works, so I have started by failing quite a bit with my SLA prints. This set of fender is actually my first successful print, and now I'm trying the pods, and we will see. I'm gonna probably do a complete build, maybe of the freewheel, and see how things goes. Because actually, yeah, on one of the cars that I would like to keep manufacturing, my mini freewheel is absolutely one. Problem is that I am using the front not turnbuckle, the front steering. Oh, dude, I'm losing my language. The front wheel is attached to a mini Q steering block, and I do not want to rely on mini Q for that. It's very hard to get supplies. It's very hard to keep things constant with them, so I am going to redesign something that I can do in resin like I'm doing on those PCOO, and this way with the new pods I'm going to be able to have the entire freewheel car completely new, and I might even work on a new body for a sidecar. We will see. So on that note, let's drive until the next crash, and I will keep you updated when updates arise. Bye-bye. Here we go.